observation assignment is to observe developmental differences.
I feel observation is a very good way to study children, especially if you know the norms and you know what level the children are supposed to be at. There's a lot of things that children do, toddlers especially, that a lot of parents don't realize that is a normal part of their development. And they get scolded for it or they get in trouble for it. And there's a lot of things that children need to do to become autonomous and to become whole people.
Working with that. Laura.
Kimberly knows what Christian is doing is natural for a child his age. He is showing signs of growing autonomy.
Why are you smashing it? If you smash the cup, it might break. And then we won't have any cups.
How do you observe a group activity? These preschoolers are making tortillas. Let's watch them. Notice the variety of tools they're using for grinding and mixing the corn. Throughout this scene, watch for examples of fine motor skills, social interaction, and ways of learning. Here, the tortilla presses are being prepared for the kneaded dough. Watch Alex with the tortilla press and his teacher. They'll show you a wonderful example of the teaching-learning process without a word spoken. Look how carefully he removes the tortilla. He almost made it, but whoops, it folded up on him. See how he learns? His teacher demonstrates. He watches. He understands. He does the pressing. His body actions say, "Let me." I did it. Aha! Emerging math skills. We've been looking at individuals, but we can also observe the group itself. Groups have a distinctive rhythm, which you can see if you're a sharp observer. This one we can hear. Observations take different forms. A running record observation focuses on one child and is a written narrative of behavior as it occurs as done by writing as you view the video. Anecdotal records are another kind of observation. They are records of events written after they happen. Anecdotal records depend on memory. She's recording what she remembers about how Alex worked the tortilla press.
you can do this.
Both running record observations and anecdotal records are kept to provide information on individual development and show change over time.
You want to trade?
Mama.
You're fine. You want
Papa.
this baby? You want a hug? You're fine. Yeah. Yeah. Where are the babies?
Mama.
Mama, yeah.
Event sampling is another kind of observation, to look at a specific behavior. To do this, let's observe 1-year-old Kiera in daycare as she is accomplishing 2 important developmental tasks of this age, walking and talking.
The wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bow breaks.
How many times in these short scenes is she taking steps on her own?
Are you laying him down? Yes, we'll walk. Uh-oh. There he goes. Woo, woo, woo. Good standing, Kiara.
Brief notes with the date and time, location, and where she walked will record her accomplishments in event sampling.
There's your doggy. Woo, woo, woo.
Another way is time sampling. This is recording of a pre-selected event that occurs at a certain time interval. In observing Kiera using words, this could be marked on a chart every 30 seconds for 2 minutes in mid-morning, recorded every 3 days. Over time, one can clearly see the development of word usage. Yet the nuances of the communication between Genevieve and Kiera would be lost in time sampling.
There you go. Yeah. Does that make you happy? Sean Kim's coming. And down.
But adding running records to the time sampling would provide this.
You're right. There's the doggy. What's he doing? Gonna use the ball? Bounce. Ball. Good words, Kiara. Ball. Whoa. What's over there? Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh. Yeah, what are you going to find?
Mama.
Mama. Did Mama go to work? Yeah, Kiara, Mama.
Checklists and rating scales are also helpful in keeping track of activities and abilities of children. Young babies such as Shivani at 11 months do say a lot to us through their behavior. How did she react to the noise? Let's look at what she is saying through her facial expressions and the way she positions her body. Where does she position her face? Her hands?
You were just thirsty, huh?
How does she relate to Genevieve? Compare this to Kiera's reaching out to Genevieve.
Nose. Oh. You want another hug? Here, I can give you a hug.
How does she respond to being moved and being given the bottle? In this half-sleep state, her eyes appear glassy, as if not focusing. How easily does she move to the sleep state? Since this is Shivani's first full day in daycare, what message is she giving? Genevieve does know some things about her to comfort her. What are these? Is there anything else that could be done to help Shivani be comfortable here? Like reading the signals of Shivani's emotional state, we can apply these skills advantageously with children of other ages as well. So far, we've focused on young children. For older children, there are additional ways to gain useful information. Interviews are a technique for finding out about children as a group or as individuals.
I just have this passion for history. I don't know. I want to become a lawyer when I grow up, but I'm going to start off as a stand-up comedian. I want to be like a stand-up comedian lawyer.
I think you could do both.
It's not easy to observe children's attitudes and opinions. When they are old enough, you can just ask them.
Yeah.
I think it's really up to the person who wants to get a job. It's up to them to decide what they want to be. But I myself can't picture somebody, a man working as a secretary, and I also can't picture a woman working as a miner.
Observation helps students, parents, teachers, or other professionals focus attention in order to understand children better. Observation provides essential information for assessment of children from infants through school age. Also, for assessment, a wide variety of materials are collected. Writing samples, classroom assignments,
I myself can't picture
recording of oral responses,
as a secretary.
artwork. These collected materials often take the form of a portfolio, which is gathered over time with many kinds of representations of the child's work. This is shared with parents, teachers, and other persons involved in the child's care and education. Also, teachers use checklists and other means of observing what children are accomplishing. Most assessment is taken within the context of the classroom to assess children's strengths, weaknesses, and learning styles. From ongoing assessment, teachers can link the planning for learning to what is currently known about the child or the group. Do you know something more about ways young children are? After observing this video, have you learned what to look for? Have you learned about development of specific children? Have you learned something more about normal behaviors of children? Have you learned something about yourself?